Welcome back to React and Relax TV for another reaction video, guys. Reacting to 10 reasons why life is better in Europe than the USA. Alright, guys, yes, I can't wait to check this video out. And the video is coming up from Out to Europe, okay? And the link will be in the description. Alright, guys, yes, I can't wait to check this video out. Okay, so let's go.
While no place is perfect, Europe comes pretty close. From the incredible food to show-stopping cities, it's no wonder so many Americans dream of moving to Europe permanently. Today we'll show you 10 reasons why life is better in Europe than the USA. Number 10. European food traditions. While it varies so much from country to country, there's one thing we should all be able to agree on. European food is fantastic, even better than in the States. From fresh pasta in Italy to fondue in the Alps, Europe is full of food that will make anyone's mouth water, no matter how picky they are. Eating your way through Europe is a great way to experience the different flavors, ingredients, and cultural influences that make each country's cuisine distinct. There will definitely be some options that American travelers could think are strange, but the majority of them are excellent once you give it a shot. Who knew one day I'd become obsessed with escargot or frog's legs? And don't even get me started on the amazing coffee and wine, or we'll never stop talking. Number 9. Amazing transportation. Transportation is faster, cheaper, and
When she said frog legs, does she mean like actual frog legs? Wow, that's a dish. Interesting.
run way more efficiently in Europe. Europe is so well connected that it's much easier to get around despite it being about 20% bigger than the US. The engineering feats are world famous. Did you know that you could take a high-speed train going under the ocean from France to England? Or a train from Rome to Sicily that literally gets on a ferry? There's hardly even a need to get a driver's license in Europe. Even small towns are connected by bus or train, and of course, Europe is famous for budget airlines like Ryanair or EasyJet that can be mind-blowingly cheap. Not a fan of flying? Go green and travel Europe by train. Check out our other videos on European train travel. Number 8. More time off. In case you haven't heard, they take their holidays very seriously in this part of the world. European culture and customs are drastically different in each country. There are literally thousands of festivals around Europe celebrating anything and everything you can think of, each of them bringing people together to celebrate and honor various aspects of their history, religion, and regional identity. What better way to get a taste of a country than attending a festival? Couple this with the generous amount of paid vacation Europeans receive, 4 weeks on average, and you've got a completely different lifestyle. This also means more time to spend with your family and just to live life outside of work. Also, because of how easy it is to get around to different countries, there's so many places to explore. Number 7. Quality of life. In the States, we live life at 1,000 miles an hour. Between the commuting, the long hours at work, and the lack of vacation time, there's less time to relax, and a lot of people put off traveling until they're retired. But where's the fun in that? Europeans, on the other hand, are masters of the work-life balance, and it means the world to them. It's no wonder the French are putting up such a stink over their retirement being pushed back 2 years. After moving to Europe and getting to know people on a personal level, you get the feeling that they work to live, not live to work. This means by moving to Europe, you're likely to have more vacation time, shorter work days, and more time to enjoy life. In many countries throughout Europe, businesses literally shut down so employees can have a rest or spend some extra time with their family during the day. Who wouldn't want to live more and work less?
Are you kidding me?
Number 6.
Work more and live. No, live more, work less, work more, live less. Listen, Europe sounds so exotic, so beautiful, and so much fun. Like the way how it is run. Like gosh, they actually shut down place so you could get more time with your family. Wow. It sounds so beautiful. Like you just want to pack up and move there. Like this video like really have me like in amaze. Wow. Wow, for sure.
Healthy lifestyle. Between the amount of walking you'll do, accompanied by the more natural food options available, it's significantly easier to live a healthy and active lifestyle in Europe. Just look at the European breakfast. Humble but flavor-packed pastries and espressos replace breakfast sandwiches and giant sugary coffees. And with all the street food vendors and bakeries selling fresh, less processed treats, you'll naturally avoid the familiar fast food chains that are prevalent in big cities. Although it is pretty entertaining to see Euro versions of McDonald's that sell beer and wine. It's worth mentioning that Europeans are less into snacking in the first place. Restaurant portions are generally much smaller, which is why it's so rare to find takeaway boxes. Combine all of that with the great healthcare systems and cost of living in Europe, and you can see why they're able to live such a healthy, enviable lifestyle. Number 5. Lower cost of living. Even though the euro is slightly stronger than the US dollar, there's one thing that can't be debated. The cost of living in Europe is much cheaper than the USA. Sure, cities like Paris and London aren't cheap, but neither is San Francisco or New York. European salaries are much lower than American ones, but they pay more in taxes, which contributes to their fabulous healthcare and education system. This makes the smaller salaries feel much more livable, and if you're making an American salary, you'll probably notice that certain things like hotels, food, and transport are surprisingly affordable, especially in Eastern Europe. Number 4. Higher education. Education is a completely different experience in Europe, with the most noticeable contrast being the actual cost of attending a university. Colleges are very inexpensive in most places in Europe, and some countries even make it completely free to enroll. While most young people in the US graduate with instant debt,
Wow, that is wonderful. Make it free to enroll. Like, wow, yeah. I can see what you mean. Like, even though you don't work more, there the things are inexpensive. So whatever you work is sufficient and it is enough to do a lot. And having paying no school fee for college are little to nothing. Like, wow, that's mind blowingly wow. Yeah.
countries like Germany and Sweden have chosen to put their tax money towards free universities for all. This alone makes the cost of living in Europe cheaper than the US. My one-year master's program in Paris costs 300 euros. If you'd be interested in seeing a video about how to study in France, comment the code word MASTER. Number 3. European culture and history. As a melting pot for almost every country in the world, America is filled with plenty of history and diversity. Yet, as far as history goes, so much of what we have in the US originally comes from Europe. The food, languages, traditions, and many of the very names we go by originate from across the Atlantic Ocean. When you consider the fact that American history only goes back a few hundred years, seeing architecture that's thousands of years old in Europe is quite remarkable. It's common in Europe to see establishments that are significantly older than the whole United States. Can you imagine if each US state had its own language, culture, and foods for you to embrace? There's so many things we love about this region, but the rich history and diversity are truly something to behold. Number 2. Restaurant etiquette. Things you may take for granted in the US are not always free or even available in Europe. Sure, you won't get complimentary ice water at a restaurant, and you might find yourself paying to use bathrooms, but what you will get is a slow, sacred meal experience where you're encouraged to take time to savor each dish without feeling rushed out. A 3-course meal might sound fancy for Americans, but it's completely common in Europe. You might also be surprised that your waiter won't pop in to see how your food is, or even bring you the bill unless you ask for it. But the trade-off is that you won't have to calculate a 20% tip afterwards. Tipping is a less prominent tradition in Europe, although you still need to do your homework and research from country to country. Of course, when in doubt, you can always show your appreciation by leaving a couple euros. Be sure to check out last week's video, Top 10 Culture Shocks Americans Will Have in Europe, to see what other customs are different. Before we reveal the number one reason why life in Europe is better than in the US, if you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Number 1. Europe is fun. Europeans know
I'm not gonna lie, this video have me so fascinated, so damn fascinated with Europe right now.
Europe is fun. Europeans know a thing or two about how to enjoy life. And since they're less preoccupied by the stress of life, work, and cost of living, they're generally happier. And who doesn't want to go somewhere people are happy? Combine this with all the beautiful places and exciting year-round activities, there's simply no shortage of fun to be had in Europe, whatever your interests are. From summers along the Mediterranean Sea to winters skiing in the Alps, you'll never find yourself bored in Europe or far from welcoming people. And if you're like me, you might not ever want to leave. So, have we convinced you that Europe is better than the US? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching How to Europe. See you next week.
Wow. Wow. What a beautiful, exotic video that you totally is being mesmerized by, guys. Like, wow. Wow. This captivate me so bad. It seems so exotic, so beautiful. Like, and she said something. Who wouldn't want to move to a place where people is happier? Who doesn't? Everyone does. And when she's showing the food, like that just totally gets me watching those beautiful mouth-watering dishes that she actually showing. And yeah, because if they get time to work less, they will have time to have fun, and that will make them happier, less stress, more stress free, from everyday burden of life. And you know seeing family and friends. And yeah, anyway you move to, you adapt to the culture, of course. But yeah, it just seems like less bothered, less things to worry about being there. I know it's not all work. No, I know it's not all play and no work. I know there's work involved, of course. So yeah, but it seems like a very beautiful culture, somewhere where you either want to live or visit. Yeah, to get to know the people and the culture, and yeah. Mm, of course, yeah. Yeah, and she did mention a part about you don't have to tip, but yes, you use your discretion, especially you get someone that serve you really good and really nice person serving you up. Of course, you're just going to use your discretion and give them a good nice tip, what is affordable to you. Of course, a very beautiful video, very interesting, like I said, seemed very exotic and fun, and interested to me. So I hope you all enjoyed that one, guys. I could ramble on because this video really captivated me for sure. Okay, guys, yes, I could ramble on and on, so but I know I can't. Yeah. So guys, don't forget to live, love, laugh, and to learn, and I will catch you guys in another video, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.